Tonight we're gonna make a homemade pizza, a 15-inch diameter pizza. 3 cups of flour I've already measured, a cup of water, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Go ahead and add a tablespoon of yeast. You can just put it right with the flour, on top of the flour like that. I'm gonna do a half a teaspoon of garlic powder to our mix. A teaspoon of dry basil leaves. This basil smells so good. My kids love the basil. Teaspoon and a half of salt. Table salt, it's fine. 2.5 teaspoons of sugar. White sugar. The yeast is gonna love that sugar. Use this with a stand mixer. It's gonna make your life a lot easier. Use the dough hook. Go ahead and just put it on the mix, get it mixed up a little bit. Lowest setting. Put it on second setting, second lowest. Don't pour all the water in, do it little by little, because you want that dough to be exactly the right consistency. Not too sticky, not too dry. All right, you see out there, it's still a little bit dry, it's almost right. It's not sticking to the side, so that means it's not too wet. You can see there's still a little bit chunky. That means you just need a tiny bit more water, and I mean a tiny bit. It's a couple drops, really. Now go ahead and crank it up to like the 3rd setting, and let it go for about a minute. Just let it go. While it's kneading, preheat your oven to like only 100 degrees. So that's where we're gonna put the dough to rise. Get a nice large bowl like this. Spray a few sprays of olive oil. Get it ready for the dough. Oh, that dough looks perfect. It's not too dry, it doesn't stick to the sides, and there's no like powder or any dry flour. That's when you know it's just right. Okay, now you want to go ahead and just put this in the oven that you've warmed to only 100 degrees. Don't forget to turn off your oven. Just rise in there for an hour or 2. Longer is better. Okay, after an hour or 2, your dough should have risen and approximately doubled or more in size, as you can see here. So get a pizza pan of required size for your pizza. In this case, 15 inches. Spray it with some cooking spray. It's going to make it a lot easier to separate when it's done. Now, take your dough. I like to put it upside down. There's going to be kind of a drier side and a wetter side besides down. I like to put the dry side down. And this is going to be the top of the pizza. That's going to be the bottom. You made that decision. You live with it from here on out. Now, to form the outer crust, I just go around the edge, approximately where I want my crust to be. And I make a little divot going around. I'm just going to leave that middle thick right now. We're just forming what's going to be the crust. You don't have to be all fancy, throwing it up and around like the fancy guys do at the restaurants. You can just pick it up like this and pass it between your hands. Like this. This is going to stretch it. Give it a little shake. I like to shake it. You can kind of throw it, toss it, have a little fun. Try not to drop it on the floor. That would suck. You can go like that, put it on your fist, pass it back and forth. You want it to stretch. You can twirl it like this a little bit. Put it down, see how it looks. Kind of try to match it up to the size of your pan. That's going to be the trick. Pick it back up. You don't want it to get too thin. make it fit from the inside, from the center outwards. Press it. Try not to touch the outer crust that you formed already. All right, I'm liking the way that looks. I'm really liking that. So we're gonna call that good right there. A pound of mozzarella, 16 ounces. And then I'm gonna add in some Parmesan cheese as well. You could also add other cheeses, cheddar, whatever you have, whatever you like. Look at all that beautiful freshly grated cheese. And so you just want to spread it as evenly as you can, all the way out to the crust, to the edge. Okay, now take your cheese and you can just pile it all into the middle, or most of it into the middle, so you have a nice pile there. I like to just kind of go around in the circle and spread it evenly from the middle out. I love pepperoni. I'm gonna do half pepperoni, half cheese. So just whatever your toppings are, now's the time to put them on. Cover the pizza with as much toppings as you like. I like a lot of pepperoni. Okay, and there we have it. Pizza's ready to go in the oven. 425 degrees for 15 minutes. And cut it into individual slices.